Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. It was once said by the late great Owen Hart, and it's now being said by the Celtic fans. Welcome back to Fog Football. Michael Nicholson, he's feeling a bit hot under the collar. He's shrugging the shoulders. We've got a few banners to go through, and also a few more quotes from the Celtic meeting with the fans on Monday. But what was your thoughts on that meeting? Have you heard much coming out of it? They're not happy. Shoulders are being shrugged. This guy is being questioned. There's a lot going on.
They weren't happy going into the meeting. I don't think they were happy coming out of the meeting, and I'm not really surprised. I didn't think that there was going to be a drastic change after, a few words being spoken to each other. Not quite sure what the point or what the expectations or what they were hoping to achieve from the meeting, but it just doesn't look like it's helped any.
It hasn't. Now, the meeting is for the second part of this video. The first part is the free banners, so we'll get to the first one. This was up after because the meeting happened, but then there was like conflicting reports of what happened, and then the statements and quotes have happened since then, and we'll get into it in a wee minute, right? But the first banner, time for talk is over. We line under over there. Time for change is now! 2 exclamation marks. So, talking's not going to cut it. It's time for change. It needs to happen now. Is it going to happen? It's not going to happen, right? See this time for change? Like, Celtic fans thought they'd done something a couple of days ago because they were protesting and there wasn't many people rocking up to Europa League games, and they were doing this, silence the games, and we're going to do a 32-minute silence, right? And then like, we've done something because now the board are willing to talk to us. But what the board did was let them through the door and basically rip the piss at them and just shrug their shoulders and not just spew the same shite they said in the statement at the start of September. That's all they've done. So again, how the Celtic board going anyway? How do you see how this board leaves? Because I don't.
No, it's a board that's delivered countless amounts of success. Board's not going anywhere.
I mean, to get rid of this board, you need to. It's just not going to happen. There's no point in talking about it. It's not going to happen. When was the last time, right, a board in football got replaced or removed when it was on top?
Never. It's hard enough to get rid of a board when they're doing absolute shit.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Man United.
No, absolutely.
So
it's unheard of, folks. It seriously is unheard of. It's a pretty good run there, but I tell you what, we got a sign, a banner held up. Still no confidence, and what was pretty funny about this, the guy in the middle that's holding the middle part of the sign up with the banner is giving the middle finger, which is pretty funny. I think Gavage has been given the middle finger, but that's the third banner. It's not really, no confidence, we know that, right? And in the third banner, no more meets, give them hell, is the third banner. So what that's referring to is, right, we're done with meetings, alright? We're no longer going to accept meetings, and what we want to do is give them hell. So what does that mean? I'm going to assume that's going to mean here, don't buy merchandise, don't do this, don't rock up to the stadium, be silent there, be silent here. Either or, I think in order for Celtic, not the weird thing is, right, see for Celtic fans to get their wish in this board to go, they're going to have to fail. They're actually going to have to not win leagues. They're going to have to actually not win trophies. And is that what you really want?
Yeah, you could be talking years of, underachieving in order to get rid of this board.
Yeah, and you know what, man? A poor transfer window and not qualifying for the Champions League doesn't really merit this. I think it's a bit embarrassing, but and so does Steve Cowan, by the way. He thinks they're entitled, doesn't he?
He does.
Tell you what, I mean, I agree with Steve Cowan on that, but he's ruined my viewing pleasure of Scottish football this year because he's a boring bastard, and there's countless hours down the drain listening to Ewan Cameron and Stephen Mill because he decided to rock up, even though it was all Ewan Cameron's fault, but we'll blame Steve Cowan nonetheless.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest replacement. How do you replace Steve Cowan? How do you replace Ewan Cameron? Would be difficult, but Steve Cowan wasn't the best appointment.
Yeah, now we'll move on to the actual meeting. So this is where the shoulders got shrugged. So the Celtic Supporters Association member, Joe Gallagher, asked if all signings were sanctioned by the manager, which the minutes note Nicholson confirmed. Now, it was then asked by another member of the fan collective then, why did Rodgers refer to some recruits as club signings? Now, obviously, this was back in August, and who was it? Who was signed?
I believe it was Inamura.
Yes.
Inamura or Yamada.
So, yeah, a few guys get signed, essentially. I mean, this happens at football clubs. Like, not I mean, there is clubs where the managers are saying every signing, but this is not unusual. But anyway, this was.
Well, let's be honest. We know that Brendan Rodgers, he's not in the Asian market. He's not signing these Japanese players. They aren't his first choice.
His nose might be, but he's not. But moving on.
No, that was an Ange Postecoglou direction, and I think Celtic thought because of the success that they had, they would continue to, use that as an option. But it does appear that the signing, the Asian signings just haven't been that great. You got to be honest, right? Obviously, Kyogo was fantastic. Maeda and Hatate, but everyone since then has been average at best. Who's been the best signing since then? I mean, it was probably either O or Iwata, and none of them were great, were they?
I'd say Yang's better than Iwata, no?
Yang?
Yes, Yang's actually done it for Celtic.
Yang?
Aye, Yang.
We're talking about the right back Yang?
Right wing, Yang.
No, right wing. Not a chance. No.
And what did Iwata do for Celtic?
He never got a chance, but I tell you what.
But that's why Yang's better.
No, when Iwata was put in, he looked decent.
How many Celtic games with Iwata did you watch? Out of curiosity.
See, flags, by the way, they should be fucking banned. But
colour
yellow ones, aye.
NFL.
But the point was, I don't even know what my point was. I've seen Celtic fans say that they'd like Iwata back.
Yes, but that doesn't mean he was good at Celtic, though. Either or, right? Michael Nicholson then just shrugged his shoulders at this as if to say, "Well, I don't have a clue."
I tell you what, see when Yang leaves, no one's going to be asking for him to come back.
They probably wouldn't. I mean, Yang was supposed to.
Kobayashi, remember that big rock star? What did he do?
He was pretty good, wasn't he? He wasn't. I remember he played that game. Michael Beale's 3-0 win. He was pretty good in that game. For big MB. But yeah, I mean, Michael Nicholson shrugged at this question. Again, see, people are seeing this as a lot of disrespect. And then there was also another question that got fired towards the Celtic board and Michael Nicholson, where it was like, what have you done to manage to catch the guy that leaked the story to the Sun about Rodgers? And they said nothing. We don't have enough staff/bodies in order to deal with the leak. I mean, to me, that's a pathetic excuse. It's like if the manager is calling out someone who is essentially ratted him to the press,
you ratted.
Shouldn't the Celtic board try and out this person, try and find this person? They claim they've not got enough people to figure out who'd done it.
But it's an awkward one because if they do rat this person, then they kind of got to get rid of them, don't they?
True, but what I would say is Brendan Rodgers must know who it is.
Maybe it's someone pretty important in Celtic.
I'll tell you
maybe it's someone high up that they just don't want to leak the information.
I'll tell you one guy who does know who it is. Roger Hanna, because they leaked it to him. And he was asked on Super Scoreboard the other night.
But he will not reveal his source.
Who is it?
I don't know, you tell me.
I mean, if we're basing it off the guys who celebrated the least when they scored that winner on Sunday, it would be Dermot Desmond. Not Dermot Desmond, what's the other one?
Nickel?
No, the other guy. Oh, Christ, the other guy. Peter Lawwell.
Peter Lawwell?
Aye, Peter Lawwell. He was on his phone. He wasn't interested.
He's not loyal to Rodgers, is he?
He was not interested in the fucking slightest, Tim. But anyway, guys, will Celtic get the change? No, is the answer. It's not going to happen, folks. I mean, just hold the L. Celtic will have to hold L's. Celtic will have to hold L's in order to get changed. Boards do not leave without this. It just doesn't happen. And also another way for a board to leave is for like the current team to be like financially snookered, and we know Celtic got loads of money in the bank, so it's not going to happen anyway. Leave your thoughts down below. We'll be back later on. Maybe a certain Stevie G will be announced then. Till then, peace.